Hello guys, and welcome back to XCOM 2. It's just going through all of the normal stuff while we, get everything started. I'll go ahead and switch over to the in-game so I can go to Twitch real quick. But yeah, we're gonna continue our campaign against Advent. Let's see if I got everything working again. I decided to go and switch from it being Imperials to trying to get it to be a, Oh. But anyways, that stuff wasn't working. Man, I'm at 40 followers already. That's kind of amazing. That is almost 2/3 of the way to what I need in order to start getting the Twitch stuff. Like the ability to have you guys use bits and all that jazz. I mean, I'm only like 35 people away from having enough subscribers. Or followers. Can't have subscribers yet, and that's one of the issues. Let's see. Going to Discord, going to that. Going live, going here, going to Discord. Going to the other channel. Third channel. So many channels. Again, I really need to automate this, but one of the big problems is a lot of them are other people's channels, because, not big enough to really have my own Discord yet. I mean, I do. There's nobody in it. Sound dropped, so it should be loading into the other stuff. Yeah, so I don't know why the Advent 2 stuff wasn't working like it was supposed to. Because it was supposed to turn all of my enemies into stormtroopers and stuff, and I have the armor for doing that. So I decided to download the Advent 2 CIS and see if that helps. We need this. 80 supplies. Okay. I need to do some more recruitment.
With the commander running things, I've got plenty of time to focus on learning to fly this boat.
From what I've seen, you could use the practice.
I need more supplies. Also, really? Why would you hurt them? I have a Templar? Um, you're supposed to be a Viper. Nationality, Viper. Gender, female. Won't let me change his gender. Why not? When did I get a Templar? Right, I should be doing this. Wow. I think removing that mod broke a bunch of stuff. Okay, let's try restoring that mod real quick. See, I didn't think it was actually doing anything because, well, it kind of wasn't. So, I don't get that. Because it didn't swap the Advent over, like, at all. Which is, like, the only thing that that's supposed to do. Okay. Let's go ahead and play again. But we'll see what happens. After it finishes loading. It takes forever to load. Yeah. No, I'm trying to get one of these mods to work because, again, I think I'm facing enemies that I really shouldn't be facing because I'm facing a lot of the upgraded enemies. Which, unless it scales with what gear you have instead of how long you've been in the game, I shouldn't be facing those guys. And then, because I also haven't unlocked a whole lot of regions either, so it's like, where are all these advanced enemies coming from? And now comes the loudness, which is all of the icons, or I think they're called splash screens or splash portals. Yeah, but see, it didn't transform them into anything, so... Hey, it's better than having stuff broken like that. I want to know where I got a Templar from. Also, I'm pretty sure I did the mission to save Praetor Mox, so I should be getting skirmishers and stuff too. And I'm not. The screen takes forever to load. Now, I'm sorry if the stream drops or even drops quality. I've been, for some reason, having some problems with my internet. If it does drop, I'll, power cycle my modem or router just to see if that works. But yeah, for now we wait. I still need to get, like, what is it? 2 more Advent Trooper bodies. The problem is like every single enemy is freaking like mutons and stuff like that. Which, ay, ay, ay. Which also isn't supposed to be a thing. Like, the mutons and stuff are supposed to be in, like, maybe 1 or 2 encounter groups, with some of the baseline enemies being leveled up for the rest of it. So why am I facing, like, 3 muton groups and stuff like that? It doesn't make any sense. There we go. Maybe? Come on. There we go. Jeez, so many gravely wounded. Ah, you're still busted. Let's go with Sidewinder. So you should be able to Yeah, there we go. Get this guy into his appropriate species. That's not right. You should be a sidewinder torso. There we go. What is up with the arms? Maybe it's the head that has it all messed up. I'm gonna say has to be the head. Sidewinder copperhead arms. That would do it. That's not the right arms. Sidewinder arms. There we go. Now I just gotta work on her head. Because that's just not right. Head. Race. Guess 0 is fine. Helmet and hat. Face. Where's my viper face? That is not correct. Race 0. It's because he's not a female. There we go. Okay, face. Yes, that's what I want on my viper. Okay, race 0. Why can't I make her a viper? all that. Like, the thing is her species is Viper. Like, that's where she's from. And I can't edit that away. So she should be an alien. But I can't seem to mess with her, like, and that's the thing, I can mess with everything else in here, but I can't mess with her head. I guess I'm gonna have to leave her for now and just, modify her later. Do I have a skirmisher? Well, that's not right. It's not too bad. Again, it won't let me change her head. It's her class. That's what's messing it up. Okay. I mean, I think I'm just gonna have to basically go with this because that's kind of how it's supposed to be. Kinda sucks, but what's that? 2 through 3? Three through 4. Can be fired with a single action. Wonder if that means that they don't end your turn.
Most of our new recruits have never worked in close quarters like the Avenger. Before the war, we might have had time for training, but now, they're gonna have to pick things up on the fly.
Yep. 6 days to investigate, and I get a scientist. Not now. I need supplies. I need actual supplies.
Once I've regrouped, we will be seeing each other again.
5 or 6.
Avenger plotting new course.
Okay, I should have plenty of intel actually to make contact here.
Setting course for the Arctic territories. Attempting to...
I have made a number of interesting discoveries, Commander. It certainly is impressive looking, if nothing else. Although I am still not entirely sure what the aliens hope to achieve with such a grand design.
Ooh. Reinforced light armor.
I will begin
Yes,
our
please.
research immediately. The mysteries of the Chosen's creation.
I would like to make contact. Then I need to get into it.
Incoming message for you, Commander. Patching it through to your quarters now.
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
Yay!
My training, my focus, all of my efforts have been rewarded. I am reinvigorated.
Yay, I can summon robots! Yay, I have a hacker! I need to kill her. $20. Not worth it. Not worth it yet. See?
We might take the Elders by surprise if we switch up our tactics. Maybe we should try something new.
That is a weak. That should do it. 105
We'll get the
supplies.
job done. Don't worry, Commander.
Ignore. I'll pick up those supplies in a moment. I need to finish this up, and then I can go grab those
The
supplies.
results of our breakthrough were quite fascinating.
Our lightest variants to provide. Okay.
The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the
I had
same
nothing
as
else
the
to
common
research.
Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
Now, if only Tigan was a little bit cleaner. He keeps gucking up the cameras, and we have to clean them. Now, the big problem is
Objectives added.
currently.
Commander, we've established contact with the local resistance and we're ready to move on the alien black site on your order. Advent's been keeping this facility a closely guarded secret. We should make sure our troops are ready for a tough fight before we send them out there. We're ready to move when you are,
Okay.
Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest information.
Avenger
Let's go get
plotting
that
new
supply
course.
drop. Because I need to push some recruiting and stuff like that. Okay, carry on.
I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however,
I'll be right back.
it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind. As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the Commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network?
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe. Even in the subject's diminished condition, the implant continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Or a weakness?
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy. Still, it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
New objective added.
Okay.
Commander, I've updated our current objectives based on the most recent findings.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower
Wow.
itself.
Everything was hidden behind that one research, apparently.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this skulljack that Tigan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Alright. I want this one.
These robotic units, developed by Advent, seem to be wholly autonomous, capable of targeting and engaging selected units without reliance on external verification. Although it falls on me to work through the initial disassembly, I fully intend on involving Shen in this process, as her knowledge of robotics far outweighs my own.
There we go. Get a spark made. Of course.
If these are the support structures of your resistance, then I will strike at your foundation.
Setting course for the Arctic.
Don't you mean Russia? Wait, are we saving Ukraine? Because I'm okay with that. So that armor would actually be a lot better for a, that is actually interesting. Actually get you better, a better weapon. 739, 739. That's not that bad. Again, not that bad. I do not like that helmet. And I don't like them with glasses on. Okay. And you... now... I have 2 snipers. That should be interesting. Two snipers, 2, Oh, my medic's going on a mission.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
Okay, begin mission. Now, this should be interesting because with War of the Chosen, they added resistance troops to help protect the civilians and stuff, and even help kill your enemies. So, let's see what happens. But I feel like I just did a resistance mission. Oh, and it's gonna take forever for it to load again. I have way too many mods on, I think. But, like, they're kind of necessary for the type of game I want to be playing. Which is a Star Wars conversion. It just takes forever. But yeah. Kinda sucks. Well, while I have you guys here on the loading screen, I can let you know, by the end of the month, I'm planning on getting Elden Ring and playing that. It'll probably be a co-op thing with my fiance, which means it will probably happen like Saturdays or Sundays. But I might also do solo play and try and get it, you know, try and play through on stream with you guys as well. I don't know if you want to see a co-op Elden Ring kind of thing, because I know you guys like seeing, you know, my characters die and stuff like that, and I plan on dying a lot in Elden Ring. Because, in all honesty, it's the first Souls game I'm going to actually
Now that we've got the
own?
aliens' attention, they're taking it out
Or
on one of the resistance
second.
outposts in the area. We're heading in to secure the camp and protect as many civilians as we can. Eliminate all hostile forces attacking the site. Make them regret coming after the resistance.
Yep. Yeah, it's actually going to be my second, but it's going to be my second own, but the first one that I'm going to play all the way through. Oh, I should have let it. Oh well. Right, the number of... And my number of missions is doubling. And that sucks. You know what I should look up as far as mods? I should see if they have droidicas. Because that would be fantastic. I doubt it, though. But yeah, I'd love to have some droidicas on the battlefield just opening fire on my enemies. Oh, should be loading soon. There we go. Ugh. See what I mean by I have too many mods? They shouldn't be doing that. That's all mods.
Menace 1-5. Hostile
go.
forces are attacking the outpost. Eliminate all enemy units and protect those civilians. Advent came in hot and so did we. You won't have a concealed position for deployment on this one.
That's fine. Avoid cars at all costs, or at least standing directly next to cars. I can get you here. Where is the... I think it's all over there. Yeah.
What's over there?
Okay, your voice needs to change. Gonna Overwatch.
Scanning.
You can't get that far. Let's
Got
send
it
you
covered.
Got it. Moving.
Oh, jeez, my... I have 3 sharpshooters here. Wow, you got some movement on you. Put you...
On the
here.
move.
And you... Surprised this Viper can't move very far either. There.
Already there.
Oh, you got a tail wrap on. I'm gonna have to change that. Tail wraps to me just are weird and don't really make a whole lot of sense in the context of what Vipers are and do. Ooh, chrysalids. Don't like that there's chrysalids. Okay, that was a complete waste of a turn, but great. Now we got to be extra careful.
I'm going. Moving to Overwatch.
You can go here.
Moving to position. On Overwatch.
Go, go, go. I'm trusting you here.
That is a bad idea.
Moving to Overwatch.
These chrysalids seem a little smaller than I remember. Then again, it was never really their size we had to worry about.
Did you not trigger those? Okay. Cool. What are you going to do? You're my medic. You should probably stay closer to the back. No, he needs to stay with the group, though. Want him to be able to overwatch. Because those guys are gonna trigger soon.
Here I come. Got it covered.
Dang. We have 11 left. 2 were killed by the Advent so far. I don't have a shot. Do you have a shot? 75% and would nearly kill it outright. Inferno spin. Doesn't reach that far. Okay.
I think I got a piece.
Ah, I grazed it. That's good, because that means they move up. You don't have a shot. Let's go with you. You have a shot. You have quite the shot.
Shot wide.
You missed.
Hit the armor.
Yeah, but you did pretty good. Nice.
It's dead. It has to be dead.
Overwatch, actually, for you.
I'm on it.
And Overwatch for you too, I guess.
On Overwatch.
Oh, he's going for backup. Damn. Okay, moving you up.
I hope it's worth it.
I think he hit? Okay, you need to... You need to move up just a little bit. If I do that, you're out of defensive positions. Okay. You cannot see that person.
Let's do this.
That's not too bad. You. Three damage.
Weak hit.
Yes, burn.
I'm on it.
Okay, you only have one heal.
Let's do this.
Let's move you up and put you on Overwatch. Oh, 79%.
You see that? I'm on it. Grenade!
Trying to break the chrysalid that's forming. Okay, you are. That's what he's doing. He's planning on popping up right on underneath one of us. Who are you shooting? Something tells me that guy that just ran is probably a faceless. They're not targeting him.
All right, I'll go.
some. Double time.
Okay. Not there, please. Let's actually get you up here.
I guess that'll be okay.
Don't give me lip.
Got it covered.
Some of these soldiers, man.
What's over there?
Probably things to shoot at.
Scanning.
Yeah, I'll get up there, try and start getting the civilians out. I got 9. Means I have 3 turns until I start seeing problems. Darn it, there's not a whole lot of places to take cover. And they are gonna shoot him.
Fire's getting worse here!
Okay, you need to get into... Really? Everywhere's outside of his cover range. I can move him up and trigger. That's about all I can do.
On my way.
Let's move her up and trigger.
Advent troop spotted.
Yep. Oh, he has
That
armor
armor's
on.
tough.
You have a sniper rifle. You squad sight. Okay, how about you? 63% to hit that guy. That's not enough. Nobody's in range right now.
Overwatch.
We do have a 59%. Overwatch, let's get them if they move. Because I don't have any cover to move up into. That's gonna hit that civilian.
Come get some.
Oh, I should have moved him.
I'm on it.
This guy might die. Especially if he misses every shot.
Get it together.
There we go.
You want some more?
So he's gonna go probably shoot somebody. Or reload. Come on, hit him.
Missed.
Of course. 77% to shoot that guy. You should move here, I guess.
On your order. Got a burrow here. I think I need some help.
What the?
Target neutralized.
Jeez. How did that do so much?
Ammo out.
What did you expect? It's killing time.
Still can't hit those guys, so pistol overwatch.
On Overwatch.
Snake girl. I can't. I need to rescue 6 people. I need to kill these 2 guys before they kill this person. But I can't move into cover. 21%, 14%, it's not worth it.
Moving to Overwatch.
Okay,
Finally.
get him up there. See if I can't shoot somebody. Can't shoot anybody. Overwatch.
Overwatch.
You are the same kind of person.
On Overwatch.
Shoot, I need to heal him. What the heck just happened up there? And they're gonna shoot at her. Him.
Still moving.
That armor's tough.
Nice.
Right! My
Bastard.
position's been compromised. Getting a little too warm over here.
Whose position is compromised? Your position is compromised. Maybe.
Rock and roll.
Okay. Probably once that every visible enemy. Okay. That was a miss too. You. Shoot, fire pistol, fire pistol. You don't have lightning hands. I need to take that out. If that popped as a chrysalid, it would have killed so many of my men. 23%. That was at least we're exposed.
Back in.
Fine.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Let's move already. Missed the target. On reserves.
On reserves. Okay, let's see. Combat protocol. 5 through 7 damage. Do it. Wait, it said combat protocol, 5 through 7 damage. Now it's saying it only does 2 damage? now, aid protocol. And then Overwatch. That way, if they move closer, I can shoot them.
That is not good.
Dang. And he's gonna shoot somebody. I need to kill these guys on the next turn.
Adjusting sights.
Okay, he got shot at, rendering aid for others. Yes! They missed. Alrighty. Reload.
Locked and loaded.
And you can't do much, so Overwatch again?
Got it covered.
You really need to move up.
Reloaded.
%55%.
Moving to Overwatch.
32%. Where can you move? You can move here.
What's over there?
Probably a better firing solution. Or not.
Overwatch. Shot failed to connect.
That should... Oh, shoot.
Let's do this.
Okay. 47... That 15 from defense is really killing it. But you know what?
Take this.
That should hit him. Hey, how are you doing, Blackman? I'm doing pretty good. Your character kind of died. He was on a mission and, like, I had a second group activate during the enemy turn, so... They walked up and just wrecked everybody. Kinda sucked.
Get it together.
Oh, of course I missed. Okay. But yeah, other than that, doing really good. Okay. 44%. Is any of that based off of range? No, he's just that well covered. Oh. Yeah, I mean, at least the newer variants aren't nearly as bad as what they used to be, but... Yeah, it kinda sucks, right? Okay, what about you? 68%?
Armor still holding.
Oh, of course you missed.
Shot wide.
Squad side. How is that squad sight? This guy has... Yeah, well, I mean, the vaccines really did nothing to prevent COVID. Like, they barely alleviate the symptoms when you take into account that Most people don't have any symptoms at all when they have it. It's like stupid how messed up that was, especially since they pushed so hard for him. You know, a lot of economies full on just shut down until, oh, we had the vaccines, and then the vaccines did nothing. And it's like, oh, well, you know. Darn.
Not good.
And these ones can't move up because there's no cover for, like, at all. Okay, let's try going
I'm
in here.
going.
And my fire spit doesn't travel that far, does it? Nope. Okay. If I can get her, like, here next turn, we'd be good.
Affirmative. Covering now.
I mean, he... I feel like that would give this guy a better chance of shooting me. Yeah, I don't have any of my heals. Yeah, that's literally what it was, because our governments gave millions to the vaccines companies. Even with Project Warp Speed and all that, which the whole reason they were allowed to rush was they were supposed to be making a vaccine that anybody could use. Okay, that says it gives me full defense, so... 56% chance of hitting. Yeah, let's try getting this guy. Nice!
It hit the plate!
44% chance of hitting. I mean... Can't do aid protocol. Guaranteed 2 damage. Well...
Take a look at this.
Nice. So I only have that guy to deal with. And that guy. Luckily, that guy's hard to miss. And... You missed. I mean, okay. So that's not gonna... Well, that negates that guy's defense, so...
It's clear.
Let's try shooting that guy. 69%. Let's see. Inferno Spit. Nope, okay. Let's do it. Nice, drilled him. Okay. Let's get you up here. Shoot that guy again.
Sure thing.
Yeah, right?
I've got the loot here.
Got him.
Only the best.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It's kind of ridiculous. 71%. That's only because I'm using squad sight. If I move up here, I'll only be able to shoot him with my pistol. Butt. 68%. Yeah, I might do a KOTOR playthrough at some point, but for right now, the next game I'm actually planning on playing is, Elden Ring. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Nice.
Who's keeping score?
There's still aliens about.
Fire's getting close here.
No, it's not. It's been burning there for the past, like, 6 turns. Okay. Let's move you up here.
What's
put you
over
in
there?
Overwatch.
Got some advent here.
I mean, okay. Ooh, I critical.
Burn through ammo fast.
Yeah, right? Oh, it gets really bad, especially here in, like, the, US. They really... 50... But if I hit, and it's a free move, so... I missed and still hit him.
Deflection.
And now I can move.
Heading out.
That's why she has 2 pistols, by the way. It looks like I need to change a little bit up, but... 29%. You need to move. Yeah, and he has high cover. Yeah, I need to change that up a little bit. It looks like what's happening is because I gave her or I made her secondary her primary, it's teleporting from one hand to the other. Okay, you're going there, and then you're gonna shoot.
I guess that'll be okay.
Can't shoot.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Let's see. You just get up here.
Got it.
But yeah, no, it's getting bad. And then they're doing all those remakes and reboots like Picard and all that. Which, don't get me wrong, I'd love a good reboot if it actually was any good.
Let's do this.
How do you not have line of sight on that guy? Okay, let's move down
Let's
here.
move already.
Give him a good old double move. Okay, and they're probably gonna shoot that person. Oh joy. Mind control.
What's in my... nothing. It's nothing.
And he's gonna
Shot
kill
failed
the
to connect.
civilian and make me fail the mission.
Commander, the aliens have slaughtered the resistance here. We can't let them get away with this. Menace 1-5, we have to get control of the situation and take out those hostiles.
Okay. Oh shoot, she needs to reload.
Ready to rock.
Well, I don't want to hit my friend. I do want to hit you. Actually, nope.
That's right.
Oh yeah, right? I get the high cover. So he's getting enough cover from that tree to be considered high cover. But yeah, no, more than likely they're gonna put in like a... Usually it has something to do with gender or, you know, like they're gonna make the HK unit say stuff like we instead of he. And stupid stuff like that instead of working on the story. We need to move up. Right there.
Is it clear?
28%. How about fire? How do you feel about fire? Apparently he doesn't like fire. 41% because high cover. Nope, that's 8 protocol. You'd go Overwatch. 39%. Yeah, what about you? You still have a combat protocol left. Do it. Yeah, right? Like, I hate that about when they talk about robots and stuff like that, because the main thing that group doesn't realize is robots are programmed to be whatever you program them to be. I.e., if a robot is gay, it's because it's programmed to be gay. If it's a female, it's given a feminine programming, and usually a feminine vocoder, like the Saltrons from Fallout. They have no autonomy and therefore cannot choose, like, any of that kind of stuff. You go Overwatch 2.
Scanning.
Because he has to move.
Taking heavy damage!
Dang. He is stubborn.
That's
Cool.
how it's done.
Is that everything? I'm not... Are there still aliens about? Of course there's still aliens about.
Affirmative. Covering now.
There's one. There's the freaking,
Double time.
chrysalid that's somewhere.
All right, I'll go.
Yeah, I remember there was
On Overwatch.
something about something like that they were planning. Which is
Copy that.
silly in and of itself, but... yeah. I don't have any healing kits on these guys. I was... silly
Alright, I'll go.
when I went on this mission.
Come get some.
Okay, you're gonna pop up.
They're underneath us.
Come on, really?
Our target, minimal
There you
damage.
go.
Yes. Really? I hate chrysalids.
It's clear. It's killing time.
I have no way of protecting these guys because he spawned right over there. I have to do a full move.
On the move.
Because he'll be, or that chrysalid can attack these guys without any of my guys being able to see him.
Okay, I'll go. Come get some.
Okay, do you have sight? You do not. You can move and get sight, but then you're just using your pistol again.
I hope it's worth it. Got it covered.
Yeah. And again, it's like the biggest issue that these people, or that most people have with that community and stuff, is the fact that they're unoriginal. They take Revan and turn him gay instead of making a new character to put into the lore to be that way.
I hope it's worth it.
How do I not have sight?
Affirmative. Covering now.
Absolutely. On Overwatch.
Okay, you should probably go here.
10-4.
And you... It's because he's over here. He has to make his way over. Go here.
I'm going.
I need to trigger him.
Come
Which
get
is
some.
hilarious because... Well, yeah, and that's primarily because Hollywood is what we call a, what's the best way to describe it? It's a quota-based, or a checkbox type, thing. Really? Yeah, like, it's basically a paint-by-numbers type of thing nowadays.
Went off the armor.
Negative damage. It hit the
It has
plate.
1 HP left. Oh, yeah. Really? These chrysalids are freaking annoying. Burn.
Yeah, big deal.
Yeah. But no, I completely agree. It's very annoying. And the worst part is you're not supposed to say anything bad about them. Right?
Not a problem. You're good to go. Move. Scanning.
That's just... Well, that's 75%. Yeah, right?
Come on, focus.
And the thing is, like, a lot of that has to do with just the, you know, mental health issues.
Got it covered.
Overwatch him. And that's why I Overwatch. Ah, good thing he missed.
Whoa!
Really? Okay, you... actually... Lightning hand!
By the numbers. Went off the armor. Oh yeah.
And that's why I went to Kimbo. Yeah, honestly, the more I learn about what can cause mental health issues, the more I tend to agree with the, anti-vax crowd. Because when
Enemy is
you're...
still up.
when you're as young as we normally give kids vaccines, anything can actually affect your ability to think and stuff, right? So, what's most common is, especially the MMR vaccines, they tend to kill bacteria in the child's stomach. That bacteria is used for digestion. At that age, digestion is primarily used to help develop the brain.
I'm running low on ammo.
So it's not a direct result of the vaccine, it's more the, well, that was awesome. It's more a side effect of the vaccine actually doing what it's supposed to do.
Got no ammo!
Only the best.
The current area of operation is secure.
But it could also be attributed to stuff like, in my state, they still dump fluoride into our drinking water. Too, which fluoride is a very powerful neurotoxin. And when they originally did the measurements for it, fluoride wasn't being used in toothpaste, it wasn't being used in mouthwash or anything like that either. But now we're like mixing it into baby formula without filtering or
Advent
boiling the water
peacekeepers were
first.
reportedly stunned today by their discovery of yet another outlying settlement destroyed by the dissident organization Xcom. The speaker pledged to continue his support for the region, dispatching additional security patrols to support the remaining population.
But then it also comes down to they keep recategorizing normal things as mental health disorders. Like, you know, you have people who they say have ADHD, which are just misbehaved people. You know? It's like, oh, you're not allowed to spank your kids anymore, so now when they misbehave, you have to put them on this medication. It's like, really? Darn. I lost 2 guys. Oh, somebody got promoted. Honestly, return fire is pretty good. Yeah, exactly. Allow Overwatch to trigger with squad side. Yeah, that should be good. Alright. Faceless Officer Chrysalid. Darn it. I need more of the normal, guys. I need more trooper bodies.
Commander.
We're getting thin on manpower, Commander. We should check with Resistance HQ for new recruits.
But yeah, that's exactly what a mentally ill person would say. It's, oh, I'm fine.
With the Commander running things, I've got plenty of time to focus on learning to fly this boat.
From what I've seen, you could use the practice.
But they also, like, I want to say in the United States, mental health disorders are more often, wait, what was that? Did I just see a droid with an afro? Okay. But mental health disorders are normally celebrated, which is weird. Like, I don't see that happening in... Yeah, right? Let's grab a Tim Web.
What
Also,
can I do for
I
you,
can now
Commander?
make better stuff. Build items. Ultrasonic Allure. Venom, weapons. Ooh. Samp. Upgrade that. Oh, I need 95 supplies for that. I am 2 supplies under what I need to upgrade my, actually. Let's try it. Armor. Nope, not doing that. Okay, I need the Advent Troopers' corpses too much.
What do you know about these gene therapy clinics, Doctor? They
Okay.
seem like a big draw for the cities right now.
Having worked in one of the facilities.
As long as you're compliant.
Yes. The price of admission is acceptance of all Advent policies. For many people, that's hardly a consideration. A minor inconvenience, at most.
I'm beginning to see the appeal.
Research is proceeding as planned, Commander.
Good. Now give me this.
I suppose since that worked, we might as well keep it up, Commander.
Oh, cool. Carry on for right now. Come on. There we go. Yes. Okay. We should be able to do a lot now. Actually, I need to go to the black
Avenger
market and see if they
plotting
got
new
what I
course.
need. I just need 2 Advent Trooper bodies, and I can upgrade our armor.
Market is open.
Yes! They have at least one. Wait, do they not? I thought it said that they had one. Oh, they want one. Bastards.
Market is open.
Yeah, they want... See, I'm 2 away from getting the heavy armor because I need 6. Darn it. Let's see.
Setting course for Sector 1, the Arctic.
Okay, before I do that... Let's
Commander,
see.
we should make use of the ring facility and deploy our idle soldiers on a covert action with the Resistance.
Fine. Make me put more troops on stuff. Oh, can't do that because I need a major plus. Recruit Reapers. Reapers are kind of... meh. Send my Templar. Which I don't know where I got my Templar. And send Tim. Tim looks like he needs to go. Wait a minute. Okay. Apparently I downloaded a Mass Effect mod. That is, yeah, that's apparently a thing. Let's see. I want another Viper. Alyssa Azutler Zilto. Oh, I think that's the one I made. Kara Otu. We'll see. Okay, so what kind of soldiers do I have? I have Rookies, Grenadier, 2 Rangers. Jeez, he has 26 days before he's recovered. That is awful. That is reason enough to get this. I can't. Insufficient power.
Power relay construction initiated.
Okay. 6 days. And here, oh, I don't have enough supplies. Oh, that's for that. Okay. Let's see. Open. Ooh. Psychic Vipers. I will say the psychics are actually pretty good, but I should get another person for that. Actually, recruit. There we go. Would you like your new character to be a, psychic? Let's see. Germany. That is France, okay. Germany. Yes, sure, why not? Alright. Do I have another German soldier that I can recruit? Yeah, there we go. And I need 50 supplies. Okay, after I get more supplies, you'll be a psychic soldier. Let's see.
Attempting to establish local regional.
I do not think I could have predicted this outcome, though it is intriguing.
We just got mechs. Blue Screen Protocol, Gremlins Mark II, and Delirium.
Advent
That's
has
actually
legions
really
of these
good.
mechanized units out there helping to keep the peace. As far as I can tell, they're fully automated and armed to the teeth.
Yep, okay. Trooper Oddfront. I can't waste the trooper. Oh. Instant. That's always good. Wow, it's so fast it lagged my
The
computer.
Advent Stun Lancer was apparently outfitted with the intention of serving as a civilian peacekeeping unit within the city centers. Although they are equipped with weapons capable of administering non-lethal blows, recent reports indicate an increasingly aggressive stance taken by these units.
I don't know why that's the one that lagged. Actually, if I have another unit I can transfer... Oh, I'm out of rookies, aren't I? Jeez. Let's skip that.
Although
Arcblade.
Advent clearly intended for these units to be their means of dealing with any unruly civilians within the city centers, it seems they have come to rely on more brutal means of pacification in the time since.
Alright, new research. I feel like maybe a shield bearer would be a good one.
Physically, the Advent shield bearers are quite similar to the bulk of Advent's forces, in that they are the product of careful genetic engineering that generally mirrors the human form. Most of their unique qualities come from a difference in equipment and armor. Components I'm sure Shen would have an interest in examining.
Yeah, so why is he the one researching? He's basically a biologist with a little bit of engineering skill. Okay, let's just get that. Alrighty. Let's see what
Apparently,
we can
my
build.
predecessor was something of a brute when it came to handling the interrogation and autopsy of alien subjects. From what I've heard, she was keen to get her hands dirty whenever possible.
Fun.
Hello, Commander.
Okay. Build you. That took up everything. Of course it did. 35 supplies is improved version. Not only will it greatly increase the hacking stat of your specialist, but many specialist abilities improve. Well, I know what I'm making next. And then I just want to get this. I don't know. Like, that's weird even for how many mods I have on it and stuff, because there's nothing that should be lagging the,
This will prove to be an important step forward.
There's nothing that should be lagging the cutscene like that. Experimental armor. Ooh.
These shield bearers are not all that dissimilar from their various Advent peers. Their armor is perhaps the most distinctive feature differentiating them. This specimen, known to our troops as the Advent Priest, has up until recently been rarely sighted outside the city centers. While not
Doing a
physically
little bit better,
intimidating,
this one.
much like the elders themselves, these priests are deceivingly powerful psionic beings. Even in death, their remains still radiate with powerful afterimages of psi energy.
I feel like I've done this research already. Huh.
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander.
Okay, I just got new things I can build. Sonic lure. Armor. Oh, I need the proving grounds, don't I? Darn. Okay, that's fine. 2 more days. Do I have to? It's not worth it. Like, it only counters this dark event. It's very difficult, so I'm liable to lose troops on it, like it's expected for me to. And my big reward is an extra engineer.
Power relay now operational.
Nice. Okay, and I don't have enough supplies to build anything, do I? Need to build a workshop or a proving grounds. Only 100 supplies. Nope, didn't want to go that far. But yeah, it's like legitimately that was not worth risking my units. But see, this cutscene doesn't lag. Why did that guy look so sad? It's like, oh, I guess I can
New
help.
regional contacts located.
Alrighty. New Arctic. Do I have enough? I might have enough. $60 intel. Yeah.
Setting course for Sector 15, West Asia.
Nice. Hey, I found the Spectres. New faction orders granted to save mankind. All recruits at the Avenger now have 20% discount. That's actually not that bad. Form, rescue, Spectre operative, improve combat intelligence. Breakout. Soldier wound risk. +5 will. That's not too bad. 5 days. Ooh, new alien soldiers. Yeah, send you out and send you out, I guess? Yeah. They went to Australia, apparently. Okay, let's see. View soldiers. Tim Webb. What are you becoming? A specialist. And you gotta... Why? Right? I need to start doing more medics. But speaking of Satan's Zoo... right? But I think she has something she's not supposed to have. You know, as a snake person. Oh, that looks weird right there. Okay, let's customize you a little bit. Okay. Viper neonate. Viper arms. Okay, you're just a basic Viper. Right? There we go. That's a lot better, right? Jetpack? Viper jetpack. Hang on. There we go. I think they have tail plates. What happened there? No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Now for your head, get you an actual helmet. And do we want to leave the glasses on her? I kind of say no just because it looks kind of weird. But, I mean, we could leave the glasses on her. Hippie sunglasses on a snake. Monocle. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna say no glasses. Quiet in the library. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad, right? Okay, and use the zap for the weapon. Do the loadout. just randomly give her a sword. Decent enough for a snake. Yeah, I mean... 6 through 8, 4 through 6. Let's go for the 6 through 8. Especially if she's gonna be a medic. So the only problem with this rifle here is it's extremely, or for an assault rifle, it's actually long range. So you get negatives if you get too close to your enemies. But if she's gonna be a medic, well then it just makes sense that she's in the back. Okay, personal combat stims. Perception. Ooh, increased aim. That should go to one of my snipers. I hate to say it like that, but it really should. Expanded superior autoloader. No. No upgrades yet for you. Let's see. He's my other medic, so definitely get that other thing on him. Let's see, what else? Personal combat? No. Sharpshooter. Okay, you're my other one, so... Yeah. Do I have any grenadier? Okay. Yu Ying Ho. Let's see. Dexter. Let's do you, Dexter. Why? Why are you broken? There we go. It was the gun that broke her. And you're already advanced. Don't have any more of those. Grenades are fine. Okay. You, I would want to put the autoloader on, though. Because that gets this gun 2 free auto reloads. I need to do my sharpshooter. You're my other sharpshooter. So the other one should be my akimbo person. So actually... increase that aim. Increase your clip size. Yeah, that should be good. And then we can customize her. So let's see. Harumi Nakamura. You know what? My fiance has been wanting to get in on this campaign. I don't know why. So let's actually change this up a little bit. And it works because my fiance is half Korean. But she's born and raised here in the United States, so... Female, American English 10. Attitude twitchy. Probably more happy-go-lucky. Let's see. Biography, change that to... Date of birth, 2003. Okay. There should be an extra T in there. What the heck? In USA. Actually, I should change her name to... I don't know why I was, like, deleting most of... Okay. I'm just gonna confirm that, I guess. That's her username for the most part, so yeah. Alrighty, so let's see. Head. She's not gonna want the scarf. Scrambled. Yeah, so every time I hit a key, it deleted the letter behind it. So like when I went to put in no, the moment I hit N, it erased the O. Okay, first and foremost, that hair is a no-go. Yeah, that's much closer. Black is fine, eye color is fine. Race is... race is fine. Yeah, right? I have no clue what I did because all I did was hit, like, the backspace. Okay, I do know that she'd probably want a hat or a hood. Probably that hat, to be honest. My fiance has... My fiance is like me, which means that she has a... unique, fashion sense. Probably Reaper B, honestly. For her. Let's see. Left forearm. Yes, because randomly you want snake arms. Okay, I think I'll have to do each arm individually. Probably short sleeves, in all honesty. Yeah, short sleeves. Terror Trooper is... I mean, I get it. It's just, it's so weird looking. Huh. Okay, Padded Reaper. Let's do legs. Soldier. Science. Let's do the Rockstar pants. Thighs. There is supposed to be a Reaper. There we go. Worn. Standard. Let's do standard. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah. Okay, armor pattern. That is not a tiger stripe pattern. And her favorite color is purple. So probably about there, and... there we go. That seems about right for her. Now, hopefully I don't get this character killed. Right? Let's see. Union Ho. Grenadier. Tim Webb is a specialist. Okay. Now to finish contacting the...
Attempting to...
We have made a number of new discoveries, Commander.
Cool. Sustaining Sphere. Sustaining Sphere is that automatically activates when a soldier is on the brink of death, placing them in temporary suspension to extend their life. The sphere can only be used in combat once and will be permanently removed from the soldier's inventory. That's not that bad. This one I think is really important.
Presumably, the name chrysalid derives from assumptions made previously about the creature's unusual means of reproduction.
Okay, I'll be right
Although
back.
rumors have long prevailed about the existence of zombies created as a byproduct of the chrysalid gestation, recent reports seem to indicate a new, equally disturbing means of propagating their species.
Alright, I am back. Alright. So let's see, you got chrysalid autopsy. Okay.
Although I had realistic
Okay. Time to break into this place. Cool. Sharpshooter. A major. That's actually important. Can I get my people back first? Probably not.
Setting course for the Australian sector.
Beware of spiders. Let's see who we're sending on the mission. Okay. Loadout. You should have probably this one, honestly. And then, I'm gonna give you a vibro sword. And you, good sir. I don't even... Okay, edit. I don't know why he doesn't have an upgraded, gun. That looks interesting. Why do you have that? You should have... Okay, that's actually pretty good. Let's see, what else? Who all is going? You are... So you're a medic, what are you? You are completely built around hacking. Okay. So grenade is fine for her for right now. Let's get you a decent rifle. What are you? Lightning hands, quick draw. Another, that should be fine. Oh, you're a Reaper, aren't you? Darn it. Sniper. No, you're supposed to have a sniper rifle. I can't seem to change what you're holding, though. Okay. Oh! That's because you're supposed to be holding 2 pistols. Yeah, I'm gonna switch her back to having a rifle, because the, pistol was just messing up its animation. Seven, 9. Let's do this one. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah, it is really cool. It's just, it messes up the animation for some weird reason. And I just noticed the difficulty on this one. Well, we'll have to be careful. I bet you it's very difficult because it has an infinite enemy location. I've seen that before in these missions. It's like, oh, hold out here while we, summon or while we get into position. And here's like 150 units to fight. But yeah, dual blasters was pretty awesome. don't know if you heard that, but I think I cracked my 7th vertebrae? Right there's... Nope, I cracked my 6th one. I'm at that point where it's everything's snapping, crackling, and popping. But yeah, this should really fix the animation, so... sometimes you have to sacrifice the cool factor for actually, like, having a decent... you know, decent animations and stuff. But no, if they make an XCOM 3, they should have a... What they should do is instead of having both sides of the chain in one class, they should separate it out into 2 classes, because the one is all about pistols and the other is all about rifles. They're about as opposite as you can get. But I also don't know where you would go with XCOM after this. Because in this one, you go and you kill at least one of the elders and finally get the aliens off the planet.
Recon picked up a weak distress signal coming from this area. The Resistance confirmed it's one of their codes, so we're moving in to provide an emergency extraction. We'll need to secure the area and escort the VIP to the evac point. Stay alert for hostile contacts.
Yeah, that is true. Deliver VIP to extraction point. Ugh. I feel like this is gonna go poorly, but let's see. Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily a problem with the mod. What it is they're supposed to grab their pistol with their offhand and then swap it with their primary, and then shoot their primary. The problem comes in. Or the problem comes in.
Menace 1-5, target coordinates incoming. Secure the VIP and proceed to the evac volume for extraction. Advent already knows we're here, so your position isn't concealed for the extraction.
"12 turns. My guy is right here. Or that's where he's... Do I have an extra person with me? No. Oh, I do. It's this guy. Okay. So we got 12 turns to move like 2 blocks. That's not that bad. Move up and hunker down.
Absolutely.
And okay.
Moving to Overwatch.
Let's keep going up.
All right, I'll go.
I need to change that one's voice still.
Moving to Overwatch.
There are a lot of snakes on this mission.
Good to go.
Yeah. Yell all you want. Oh, it's that person. Okay.
Already there.
Didn't wake anybody up, so... You are...
Got it
there.
covered.
This thing looks ready to smash something.
Oh,
Is that an
darn
environment
it.
suit? Maybe something that can't handle our atmosphere?
Those emissions could be toxic. I advise caution, Commander.
Good thing I overwatched somebody.
Not good.
Ah, I might need to take out the car. Okay, finish their turn so I can go. Alright, so there's were those guys.
On my way.
Darn it. That's not gonna... That's probably not gonna hit. I should be... Yeah, 15 from holo targeting. But I'm losing 50 and... Darn it. I need better. This guy you have to kill, like, right away, because he shoots acid and stuff. Let's see. Do I have anyone else? No. Let's overwatch you, because they're gonna approach.
Heretics, come forth!
Oh, joy! Can enter Overwatch upon ending their turn. Regenerates lost health. Perfect. Okay, Bewilder. Takes additional damage from 3 attacks in a single turn. Is countered by the Templars. Low profile. Defense increase after the first attack of every turn. Fun.
See the face of your ruin!
Well, that just took out most of my,
The Elders must have caught wind of our operation. They sent in one of the Chosen. We should try to track that thing down and deal with it before it causes too much trouble.
Deflection!
Deflection! They're on to me.
Okay, so... What is his plan right here? He's gonna grenade here, isn't he?
Their lives forfeit. Your fallen comrades will never feel the Elder's embrace. The Elder's servants will never cease their attacks.
So he's suppressing. Means she can't move right.
People down here!
Your incompetence has cost them dearly, Commander. My power will wash over the battlefield.
Oh. They are... And I can't just extract either. Jeez. This opening volley is painful. Wait, did... I already lost like half of my people. And stabilizing her won't do... or him won't do much.
Go heal him.
Okay. This is not going to go well. Burn. Okay, you hunker down. Lightning hands. Fire.
Shot wide!
That's okay.
That armor's tough!
And then he gets another move. Oh, of course, he's immune to fire. And dead.
I go out like this.
Your forces pass into the void, their lives forsaken.
I'm badly wounded here! Target's still up!
This mission just went south. And where are you guys going? Okay, nothing for right now. I love how the civilians are just okay with these spectral zombies walking around. Oh, jeez.
Commander, we're losing our hold on the area. The strike team is getting chewed up down there. We need to secure the target and get our people out of there on the double.
Yeah, well, let me just... That guy was Overwatch.
Yeah, I can't move.
You gotta hunker down, man. Okay. That thing's set to explode.
On my way!
I have to kill these guys.
Any sightings of these civilians to the nearest ambulance station.
It hit the plate!
At least you hit him. And now this one dies. Jeez. Oh, he takes fire damage.
There's heavy fire in this zone.
And whack. Oh, I guess not.
You will make a fitting sacrifice for the elders.
This guy has nowhere he can go where he can't get attacked. You know what? I'm going down fighting. That's about it. Okay. Fine did nothing. Well.
Go. Destroy all who would defy the elders.
Yeah, have a wonderful day. Oh, man.
Incoming over here.
Wow, that hunker really helped. Yeah, I'll try. Hopefully I don't get another mission like this. This was freaking ridiculous. Wow.
Menace 1-5, be advised, hostile interceptors are inbound on your current position. Firebrand has a limited window to provide extraction.
And this guy was on Overwatch.
Heavy fire!
Jeez.
I'm under fire!
And melee attack? Probably. Yep.
VIP is down. Move to rendezvous with Firebrand for extraction.
Avenger, all XCOM operatives are dead or MIA. I'm returning to base.
That was horrible, horrible. And it wasn't even just tactics, it was just that unit activated and everything went downhill. Losing half my guys on that first attack? Boy. Not even half, it was like... I ended up with 2 people left that could actually do anything.
Gene therapy clinics swell with new arrivals as Advent peacekeepers struck another crippling blow against insurgent forces today. The speaker is confident that Advent's message of peace will soon spread across the entire world.
Yeah, I didn't even face that chosen. It was just everybody died. I need to.
There has to be
ignore
something more we
missions.
can do to help our troops.
We're getting thin on manpower, Commander. We should check with Resistance HQ for new recruits.
Commander, the Resistance forces we just contacted in this region have provided us all the intel they have on the Chosen actively working in the area.
So, you would come to strike at me. I eagerly await your arrival, Commander. They served you well, Commander. To fight and die for such an empty cause without hesitation or complaint. I'm sure you will miss them dearly.
Jeez.
Our research was a success, Commander. Even my own intellectual curiosity is not enough to overcome my doubts as to whether or not it was really a wise decision for our troops to bring this particular specimen on board the ship.
Why not?
Knowing that my past surgical experience is limited, I am sure the crew appreciates that I hone my skills on fallen Advent forces before triaging our own wounded. To the uninitiated, the common Advent trooper is seemingly human. The aliens have disguised its most glaring divergence from the human form with a carefully designed helmet. I've started to wonder how the... I am sure you will find the results to be as intriguing as I do, Commander. Despite a thorough analysis, I have yet to discover what, if any, advantage the Advent hybrid soldiers' enormous eyes provide. Testing their visual acuity will no doubt prove difficult.
intel would be nice right now.
Setting course for Sector 14, East Asia.
I'm just gonna have to ignore most of the missions for a while. And that sucks.
Priority message coming through, Commander. Putting it on screen now.
While I recognize that you've been placed in a difficult situation, Commander, our continued failings over the last month have left many in the Resistance concerned. Nothing short of a fast improvement will do.
Okay, to save mankind. I would love to do that, but I need to unlock her, apparently. Relationships between things considered. We already have some ideas for further operations together. Oh, that's okay.
Commander, at this point we've committed so many of our soldiers to conducting covert actions that we're running low on manpower for our own tactical operations. We'll need to recruit new forces if we're going to keep this up.
Avenger plotting new course.
Yes, I know. Ugh. But I need supplies in order to do that. Okay.
Setting course for East Asia.
Man, let's see, it's 11:04. I'll probably play until 11:30 and then get to lunch.
Commander, the lab is currently idle. We're wasting valuable time and resources by not conducting any research. Please consider providing us with a directive as soon as possible.
Okay, recruit Ukraine. Probably should. Greece. James Sullivan. Okay. You're gonna become Black Flow. Russian. Scotland. Ah, gotta get to the Scottish person in there. Scotland. Okay. And that's it. Jeez. Alright. Okay, few soldiers. What do you become? Apparently lab. You're a Jedi! That is cool. Don't I have a... I already have a paired lightsaber. So, what do you do? Is even more attuned to the Force than a Padawan, providing a 66% more... Okay, you definitely want that. Jeez, just... Awesome. Alright, I was gonna modify Ernst. That is cool. I got my first, Jedi. Customize. So let's see. Load from pool. Nope, I want Black Flow, Hawthorne. Yep, let's see. Weapon. Nope, loadout. It figures, as soon as I got, like, decent weapons and stuff, too. Alright. That's not too bad. So, you are busted. Why are you busted?
Looks like they called in some friends. Alien reinforcements inbound.
I see the path.
There's still some fight left in me.
Get me out of here!
Order confirmed. The remote uplink accessed.
I can't take this much longer.
Better dead than red.
Un poco de ayuda no estaría mal.
Okay. Why are these weapons breaking her? So it's not this one. It has to be. Nope. So right now, she's primarily going to be used for that. Alright, Okay, so, I know there's nobody in chat right now, but if you watch this video later, this is actually hilarious. Because it's a reference to Snake Plissken from Escape from New York and Escape from California. I am actually okay with that. Vipers are pretty much all female. Yep. Happy-go-lucky? No. By the book. Laid back, normal. Let's do laid back for her. Ted. no. Lower Viper helmet neck, Viper helmet full. She's a Naja. So let's go ahead and body Viper underlay torso. That's fine. Naja underlay arms. Rear Viper tailplates. Get rid of that. Gender female. Voice none. That's an interesting choice.
Heals all around. Target package secured. They're onto me. I've got eyes on a civilian.
I like that one. Okay, load out. Can't believe I lost those good weapons. Okay, Fergus Pliskin is a rookie. Ewan Campbell is fine for right now. Guerrilla Tactics School trains soldiers in specific. What should I make her? What am I missing, actually? Okay, so I have Specialist Grenadier, Specialist Rookie. I need another sniper. Let's make you a sharpshooter, I guess. I can't do any of this. Templar Captain. That's not too bad. Jeez. Okay. And I guess continue modifying soldiers, because I can't change anybody. Torso. I'm gonna look for a torso. I know. I like. Clone Phase 1 Shadow Trooper. Not bad. Yeah, but I think after I'm done like modding these guys out, I'll probably go and hit lunch and stuff, just because. mean, it's almost 12 o'clock anyway, so it actually would make a lot of sense to make him a shadow trooper, and then I'll train him to be a whatchamacallit, either a reaper or a he actually looks really good. Oh wait, that's not any good. There we go. Nah, I don't really like that one all that much. Let's do Clone Commando. There we go. That clips a little bit too much for my liking. Four through six, 6 through 8, 4 through 6. So 4 through 6 is the standard. 6 through 8 is the, like, super good. How does that look? That doesn't look too bad. Clipping isn't nearly as noticeable. Oh, he has, yeah. He got hurt right at the end, too. Fear of the Lost. Why are you afraid of the Lost when I'm pretty sure the Lost wasn't on the mission where you got that? Nice. I wish I could make some of the other grenades. I think I'm gonna have to change her species. She's just too broken. You know what? I think I'll do that. Head. No helmet. Wow, I can't change her species at all. Darn. My one Jedi is gonna be broken. Force beam takes 3 actions this turn. No action is turn ending. Force jump. Use force jump to ground. Wow. Jeez. That's some good stuff. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I think I know what I'm going for with this guy. Spike gauntlets. Well, there's the spike gauntlets. Let's see. Yeah, get the knuckle duster on one hand. Okay. So, he isn't going to be wearing pants, I don't think. Oh, I kind of wish that those meshed a little bit better together. No. I guess Templar legs should work. Soldier VIP, none. Yeah, Templar legs are gonna have to work. Thighs. Yes. Shins? What can I give you on the shins? Hang on. Nothing good. Okay. Okay. Left arm tattoo. Armor. Let's get some luck of the Irish in there. There we go. Tattoo. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. Head. Alright, hair, not bald. Not that. Not quite. No. Let's do Viking. And hair color. Hair color needs to be there. Eye color needs to be green. Helmet or hat? No. Skin color, pasty white. Yep. Where is facial hair? Yes. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, warrior skull or Celtic warrior? Let's do Celtic warrior. Scars? Oh, he has to have some scars. Let's see. Have face burn? No. Most of that is under there anyways, so don't really care. Okay, let's see. Now loadout. Some character tearing, but that's okay. Huh. So, let's see. Sword. He can also... I saw that. What was that other gun? Blasters. Those. Ooh, an E11. That's not that bad. So I want him to carry a sword. I don't know why. Like, yeah. I like it. I really do like that. Okay. Let's see, we got... Right, customize. Character info. First name is... Oh. Yeah. Last name is Hafthor. Germany, male. I think his was German 10, I think.
Geht es dir nicht gut?
In den Schatten.
Ich will gar nicht wissen, was Sie dort machen. Naja, wenigstens etwas.
There we go. Alright, that's good. Fine. Why are you holding a gun, but not holding a gun? Actually, yeah, why is that? Character info. Attitude normal. Laid back. I mean, that works, I guess. Wait, let me customize your armor a little bit. Nice. Backpack. Weapon. Weapon color. Nice. Loadout. I don't think I have anything that will replace the auto pistol. Yeah, because, it doesn't end an action when you fire it. All the other pistols do. Oh. I guess all the pistols don't. 334. And your auto pistol. It's 233. So, yeah, that's automatically already better. Nice. Alright. And yeah, that should be good for today. I think the next couple of, or the next time we play, we need to go and get more soldiers. And then we need to upgrade them more, unfortunately. But for now, I think that's actually good. We should probably end it here. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow, more than likely for my multiplayer stream. And then again on Sunday. You guys have a wonderful day, and, well, you know what? God bless.